It's so hard pulling this sleigh all over the world. Well, we'll be coming to see you, okay?
Okay.
You have a Merry Christmas now.
Me too.
Santa loves you.
I love you.
And on line 2, we have Santa's eyes are going bad on him from a distance. Amanda. Fantastic. Line 2. Hi, Amanda. How are you doing? Santa loves you. You okay, Amanda? Well, Santa's so glad to talk with you today. And he wants to make sure you're doing okay. And before long here, you know what we're going to do, Amanda? We're going to go to the Whosoever Will group, and let's see. What is next here? We're going to have Brenda sing us a song. And I think you're going to really enjoy this, okay? Well, you have a good Christmas now, okay? Well, Santa will see what he can do. And now, before we go to Brenda, Santa wants to say a special thank you to all the ministers and priests and nuns. Because you see, Santa knows how hard they work because he goes to all the nursing homes and visits, and he sees how hard all the nuns and the priests work and all the ministers work across northern Kentucky. And he wants to say a special thank you to the bishop, Bishop Munch, and all the Catholic workers out there, and all the Baptist workers, and Methodists, and Presbyterians. He looks down and he says, I don't really know what all these folks are, but I know they're working for good and for the good of the Lord. And he's real thrilled when he sees that. And so he wants to say a special thank you to all of them, and hope they have a very Merry Christmas. And at this time, we're going to ask Brenda Sebastian if she'll sing us a little song. Silent Night.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin, mother and child.
Thank you, Brenda. Bless your heart. Santa's so tickled to see you. Now I'd like to ask my good friend Harold if he'd step up to the microphone. Because Harold Zimmerman, you know something? He's one of Santa's senior helpers. And Harold, I just absolutely love you so much. What? Can you come on over here? Can we bring you over here? Oh, okay. Will you right there? Well, will you do that one for Santa that I have seen you do so many times? Because I know the kids out there will just absolutely love this. You know something? There's a song he does. It's called Jumping Toothache. And this is a song about if you're like in a dentist chair, and you know how all us kids, we hate to get in the dentist chair because we just sort of hear that chair cranking up and we hear that drill going. And this one's called Jumping Toothache. But you know, today, the dentists have different means, and now we don't have to worry so much about that because they got all these new technical things that it's not quite so painful. So it's fun actually to go to the dentist and get our teeth taken care of. But if we brush our teeth first, chances are we won't have to see that dentist too often. So Harold Zimmerman, would you do that Jumping Toothache? Fantastic, boy, I tell you what, isn't that great? Harold Zimmerman. And Harold is another one of those elves that's, of course, he's 82 years young. And boy, he's tickled to see him here. And Santa happens to know that that elf happened to win the Old Time Fiddlers contest for the whole state of Kentucky. Fantastic, Harold. And he's part of the Whosoever Will group. Well, let's take a call or two here if we can. Let's go to line 1, Jennifer. Hi, is this Tony?
No. Tanya.
Tanya?
Yeah.
Fantastic, Tanya. How you doing?
Fine.
And anything special you want for Christmas?
An email.
Well, Santa will see what he can do, okay?
Okay.
You have a Merry Christmas. Now, Santa's number is 261-1300, extension 108. Be sure to be patient, though.
859-750-0000.
Yeah.
Well, you give us a call out there, and don't be impatient now as the line gets busy. Our number is 261-1300, and we're extension 108. You have a great time now. And Santa wants to know if all of the group now will come back up here. But before we do that, Santa's going to ask Gerald Stephenson if he'll sing a special song, because he happens to know that we traveled to Maine and saw something called the moose. And boy, oh boy, was there lots of moose in Maine. And he'd like to ask Gerald if he would do this song called The Moose and the Cow. Is that okay, kids? Rudolph, you don't mind, do you?
If I were a moose and you were a cow, would you love me anyhow? Would you introduce me to your folks? Would you tell your friends no moose jokes if I were a moose? you were a cow? Would you invite me to your club? Risk a cruel bovine snub? Would you lead me down the receiving line? Spoil the boast, this moose is mine. Would your parents watch us graze? Shake their heads, it's just a phase. Would you pray the stars above? The precious heifers found her love. Would your grandparents change their will? They really expected a Holstein bull for this sweet toil before the plow. You bring home someone who's not even a cow. Now there's lots of proper stock around, like a nice young Guernsey at Farmer Brown's. But that last one we really killed at first. On second thought, you could do worse. But if you think this thing will last, will he learn to moo and eat our grass? Shed his antlers in the dirt. Could you persuade him to convert? If our anatomies did not quite fit, would you make the best of it? Would you nuzzle up so near, hum sweet cow tunes in my ear? Or would you sadly break it off? All the hillside sneered and scoffed. You know these moose, they're all the same. They're lazy, they're stupid, they come from Maine. It's true, things slip a moose's mind. Cows remember all the time. Bulbous nose and knobby knees, a coat that harbors ticks and fleas. But a moose can be a handy thing when hungry wolves come visiting. An icy gust of winter storm, my fur is deep and dry and warm. And someday if your milk runs dry, farmers stare with baleful eye. In dead of night I'd slip your noose, lead you home to the land of moose. If I were a moose and you were a cow, if you were a cow and I were a moose. Since you asked me to do that, Johnny, can I say I do?
Well, I don't think we got time to do that, but I'll tell you one thing: we said I do to two beautiful cows, didn't we? We sure married. We married
Jesus back in the picture. If we got a chance.
We married above ourselves. I can tell you that. Now, one thing that Santa's got to do is take a call here, and who do we have calling in? Devin on line 3. Hello, Devin. How are you doing?
Fine.
Devin? Well, tickled to see you, Devin. Thanks for calling. Anything special you want for Christmas?
Chocolate.
Is that right? Well, Santa, see what he can do, okay?
Okay.
You have a Merry Christmas now. And you know, Santa wants to say a special thank you to all the kids out there that have been good kids and followed the rules at home and minded their moms and dads and tried to keep their rooms clean and keep their shoes polished and pay attention in the classroom, because it's really important to get all of your lessons learned and to do what your teachers tell you. That's really important. And Santa would like to now, he'd like to ask all of the singers to come back up to the stage if he would. He'd like to ask the Northern Kentucky Brotherhood to come up there. And he's going to get Becky and see if she'll do one more song for him. And then he's going to ask Sandy Jones if she'll come up and start to lead our group in some Christmas carols as we close off our show today. But Becky, would you do one for us first of the Robinson Family Singers? And Santa wants to know, if all you kids out there, if anybody else is on the line, and if Santa doesn't get to talk to you today, just remember this, that Santa's watching over you and he knows you've called. But more important than Santa, the Lord is watching over you and knows all of your hopes and desires. And so you can take your prayers to him. Come on up here in front, fellas. Come right on up. Come right on up. Now, has everybody got some songs, a list of copies of the songs? Barbara? Well, take them up there to him, Barb. Make sure everybody's got a list of the songs. Somebody's calling in, but we don't know who it is. Becky, which one are you going to do for
We're
us?
doing a little Deck the Halls for you. It's Santa.
Deck the halls, okay.
Thanks for having us today.
And
It's been
can
a
we
real
all
pleasure.
join in on that too?
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, la 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 la. Is there another verse on there? Go ahead. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, la 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 la.
What about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Who knows that one?
We better do that for Rudolph for sure.
Rudolph, are you ready?
Red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeers used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then all the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in his story.
What about Silver Bells? Can we go to Silver Bells there? That should be on your list.
Silver
Bells.
Silver bells, it's Christmas time in the city. Those silver bells go ring-a-ling. Hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing, wearing smile after smile, and on every street corner you find silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Those silver bells go ring-a-ling. Hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Soon it will be Christmas Day.
Fantastic. Let's take a call here now. Ryan's on line 1. Hi, Ryan. How you doing?
Fine.
You enjoying the show, are you?
Yes.
Well, Santa's enjoyed bringing it to you here from Intermedia and the Cable Board Office, the Northern Kentucky Telecommunications Board Office, and he wants to say a special thank you to Chip Baker and all the staff here in Amber. She works so hard, and all the staff with the CPC Center, and that's Kelly and David and Jason and Nikki, and of course Dick Murgatroyd, and all the staff that works back there that comes in and helps us run cameras from the colleges and universities that help us out, and particularly to the Northern Kentucky Telecommunications Board and the CPC board. Those boards work so hard in volunteering to help bring us our community programming, and it's just great. And have you got something special you want for Christmas?
Yeah.
What would you like to have?
A guitar.
A guitar, huh?
Uh-huh.
Well, then you can come and play with the Whosoever Will group then, can't you?
Yeah.
And you can come on the program with City Nights, and they have it here that David has here in Northern Kentucky, and Steve Schlechter's program, all the live program we were doing out of the CPC Center here, huh?
What do you want for Christmas?
What do I want for Christmas? I guess the best prayer that Santa could have for Christmas would be if everybody in the world just took a little time to love each other more. If we just had a little more love in the world, we wouldn't have all the friction we have. If people would just listen a little bit and be a little understanding and recognize that their way isn't always the right way, but be tolerant of others and just love each other a little bit. And that would be very important, and that would be that wish was granted, and that everybody would come to know the Lord Jesus, then Santa would be very, very happy.
Well, I got my brother Jeremy a present.
Did you?
Yep.
Well, fantastic. Well, is he there with you?
No.
Well, that was very nice of you to do that. That was a very unselfish act. And you know something? Santa really rewards those unselfish acts.
What?
Because he really appreciates when young people get other people gifts. Because, you know, the Bible teaches us it's more blessed to give than to receive.
My mom got a really good gift.
Did she really?
Yep.
Oh, fantastic. You want to tell me about it?
Yeah.
What was it?
Well, she got a shaggy shirt and a shaggy pants. And she got food.
Well, boy, she really did well, didn't she? But let's not, we don't want to tell nobody about that. That's our secret, okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling in to Santa now. And we're going to ask the group if they
Merry
can
Christmas.
Oh, Little Town of Bethlehem. You remember that song?
It will be after we get to
No.
Well,
Santa makes a
we're going to
visit
have a good time singing Oh,
to
Little
the
Town of Bethlehem.
St.
You take
Elizabeth's
care.
Park
Santa loves you.
care unit
Bye-bye now.
for therapy. And Santa stopped by to visit out at St. Elizabeth's South Cardiac Rehab Center and ran across some of the nurses that work with all the patients in Northern Kentucky that come to the rehab center and did such a fantastic job. Would you all like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year? Well, God bless you. And Santa's on his way now towards the Baptist home out in Florida. Visit to the Northern Kentucky Baptist Center out here in Erlanger, Kentucky. From the Baptist home in Northern Kentucky. Gotcha. Well, Santa just happened to pay a visit out here to the Northern Kentucky Baptist home in Erlanger, Kentucky, and happened to run into the pastor and his wife and their new little Trey, French Harmon III Jr., from Fort Mitchell Baptist Church. Would you all like to wish everybody in Northern Kentucky a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year?
Certainly would. Merry Christmas from Fort Mitchell Baptist Church.
Well, what a great group. Santa's so glad to be here and see all of his helpers at work out here, working for the real reason of the season, which is Jesus Christ.
Thank you for including me on this page. I just got that
Yeah. Bless his heart. And how old is he, Rachel?
6 weeks.
6 weeks. Fantastic. And he's already gained about 4 pounds. And Mom and Dad are doing fine and taking off on vacation. For a smile begets a smile. And if things are sad for you right now, just sort of go in there and pick yourself up by the bootstraps and ask the good Lord to help you and pull you out of it. And we know that people are grieving right now. And when someone's grieving, they have to let that grief out. So you be there to put your arms around them and give them a big hug and let them have a good cry, because sometimes they have to do that. And that's what Christmas is all about. Sometimes, you know, We miss people around Christmas time, and we really get the blues or a little bit of depression. And we have to help pick each other up and love each other and hold each other. Joy to the world.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him through. And heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. He rules the world with truth and grace, and makes the nations prove the glories of his righteousness, and wonders of his love, and wonders of his love, and wonders, wonders of his love.
Fantastic. Now turn with me, if you would, to Frosty the Snowman. Because you know something? He's up there in the North Pole right now, and he needs a song or two to keep him perked up. Because sometimes when we get this warm weather, we don't have the cold weather like we've had in the last couple of days. Frosty, he starts to melt. So Frosty the Snowman, if you would, you going to sing that with me too, J.D.? Good. You're doing a great job today. You and Jennifer are doing a great job there with Rudolph.
Snowman was a jolly happy soul, with a corncob pipe and a button nose, and 2 eyes made out of gold. Frosty the Snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old straw hat he wound, for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Oh, Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, look at Frosty go. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, over the hills of snow. Frosty the Snowman knew the sun was hot that day, so he said, let's run and we'll have some fun now before I melt away. Down to the village with a broomstick in his hand, running here and there all around the square, saying, catch me if you can. He let him down the streets of town to a traffic cop, and he only passed a moment when he heard them hollow stop. Frosty the Snowman was climbing out his home.
Trailers with the
Fantastic. Boy,
Stephensons.
I tell you what. Oh, Santa, just having such a ball here. You know something? It's just great when you can get everybody up like this singing together. You know something? That it shows you how that as a group, you know, we're sort of like a chain all across this country. And each individual person is a link in that chain. And you know you're only as strong as the weakest link in your chain. And whether you're black or white, red or purple or green or whatever color you are, your skin is, your blood all runs the same, doesn't it? And when you put your finger down there on your pulse, you still feel a pulse, regardless of whether you're Mexican or from Yugoslavia, Africa, or wherever. We're all just creatures of God, aren't we? And that's what makes us so wonderful. We can mix together and sing and all enjoy ourselves at this festive time of Christmas. You know, some people celebrate Christmas on December the 6th because of St. Nicholas, the patron saint. And some people celebrate Christmas at different times. And we want to say Happy Hanukkah and Kwanzaa to all those groups out there that celebrate that. Santa wants to be nice and love everybody because that's so important, isn't it? Isn't that right? Oh, I'm so tickled to see you, J.D. Let's look at another song here now. What about It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas? Can we sing that one?
We'll give it a try, Santa.
Okay, It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas. Everybody got the words?
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere you go, there's a tree in the Grand Hotel, one in the park as well. Just dirty kind who doesn't mind the snow. And it to look a lot like Christmas.
Fantastic. Well, Santa's got a few more songs here he wants to sing. I wish they could find back in the back there that tape of Ken Kirshner and that interview with Gabriel. We had a beautiful shot of them out on the farm talking about the animals, but I don't know if they can find it or not.
We do it as a community thing and try to just let everyone come out and enjoy what we've done here.
And how many family members are involved in this?
Oh, I have 5 children and my wife's parents and 5 or 6 grandchildren. We all are involved in it every night here this weekend coming up. There'll be angels and drummer boys and wise men and Mary and Joseph, shepherds. That's why we have the animals out here for everyone to enjoy.
And what gave you the idea to do this?
We've always put up Christmas lights and had people come by, and we just thought it'd be a nice thing for them to be able to stop and see something like this. And we all are church people, go to different churches in the community, and we have a lot of church groups that come out now this weekend and with their people.
Well, it's fantastic. You've really put together a nice display here, and it's beautiful scenery out here. And exactly where is this located? If they were coming out AA Highway, they would come to where?
We're between Route 154 and New Hope Road, up on Route 10, just west of the AA Highway.
If you were coming out from, say, 275, that would be probably about, how far is it out here?
About 18, 20 miles.
About 18 or 20 miles before you make a right-hand turn off of AA, right?
Right, on to 154.
154, then you'd
Right
come
in the Peach Grove area.
right in the Peach Grove area. It's beautiful out here. The drive itself is worth it if you haven't been out in this territory. It's really what I call still the country part of southern Campbell County and northern Pendleton County.
Very enjoyable area.
And of course, you're not too far from here from WIOK 107.5 FM.
They're in our county also.
Yeah, one of the Kirsches. And that's Gabriel, right? And how old are you, Gabriel?
6.
6. And tonight you're going to be out here with the manger scene, are you? Well, fantastic. What role do you play?
Angel.
You're one of the angels? Angels and shepherds. Okay. Well, fantastic. It's nice to be here with all the animals, isn't it? And how old are you?
6.
6. Well, it's fantastic. So you know the true meaning of Christmas, don't you? That's wonderful. The birth of Jesus Christ, huh? That is fantastic. And all the animals out here in the manger scene, it's just beautiful. It really means a lot to people to be able to see and touch the animals, doesn't it? And Grandpa, he does a good job, doesn't he? Well, fantastic. Tasha, what would you like to have for Christmas?
Nothing.
Well, can Santa bring you something anyway? You're so humble there. But
I don't care.
well, Santa, let's see what he can bring you, okay?
Yeah.
Will you be a good girl, will you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we love you.
I love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
Line number 3. Line 3. And that's Jenny. Jenny, are you there?
Yeah.
Well, Jenny, anything special you want for Christmas?
A CD player.
A CD player.
Yeah.
Well, Santa, see what he can do, okay?
Okay.
Now, will you do Santa a little favor?
Yeah.
You be sure and do this.
Okay.
You have some cookies waiting for Santa,
Okay.
and you pick out your favorite scripture from the Bible and have it read out there for Santa to read when he comes, okay?
Okay.
Okay. We love you.
Okay.
You have a Merry Christmas now.
Okay.
Line number 2. Susan, are you there?
Yeah.
Susan, you have a Merry Christmas. Anything special you want for Christmas?
I want a Bobby car, blue one.
Well, Santa, see what he can do, okay?
Okay.
You have a Merry Christmas now. Santa loves you. Would you all like to wish everybody in northern Kentucky a Merry Christmas? If you could, just say that for me. Well, God bless you. Nice to be here with you all. And we've done a 2-hour live show here from Northern Kentucky's new studio, the Community Programming Center. And thanks to Dick Murgatroyd, our director, Chip Baker on camera here, our executive director of the Telecommunications Board, and David and Kelly and Jason and Nikki and all the other staff here. I wish I knew all your names, because if I did, I'd thank every one of you as Santa Claus. But you know, more important than anything, Santa has to thank the good Lord for making us all, because he made us all differently. And you know something? I'd like to this time, if I could ask Gil Hammond if he would say a little word of prayer. And as he's praying, I'd like to ask the Northern Kentucky Brotherhood group if they would sing Silent Night for us to close our program today.
Thank you, Santa, for putting the emphasis on Jesus Christ for this time of the season, helping us to remember that he is the reason for this Christmas season. And we're going to pray a special prayer for you, Santa, that God give you a lot of strength in the days to come to deliver all those presents to the boys and girls around the world. Our gracious Father, we thank you for this day, and we thank you for this time and for this season of the year. And Father, we just ask all your blessings upon all of these who are here today, and we ask your special blessing upon this time of the year and upon this season. May we remember that this is the season of the birth of Jesus Christ, and may we look to him for the solution to our life's problems. Father, we just want to thank you now for this special Christmas time, and for all of those who took part today in this special Christmas program. We just praise you and bless you in the precious name